now that I know you're saying that.
What am I saying?
What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Quarter Kings. You're with your host, Boston Chang. And with me every other week is Ryan Hugh, and we actually made it on time.
Yes, sir. We made it on time.
We did not skip a week. Let's fucking go.
Let's fucking go. Work was today.
Yeah. I mean, work was like the last week too. Like,
Shit, yeah. Opening week.
yeah, I gotta be there for the Blue Jays. I mean, I'm just in the bullpen, just rubbing the players' knees,
I see that.
getting the bats prepped. Yeah, that's why Varsho hit his home run. Actually, I told him specifically. I'm like, yo, Varsho.
The grand slam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, even before that, the game before. You know what I told him? This is what I told him. I was like, okay, Dalton, I am going to bet since the last 6 games you have not hit a home run, I will be betting that you will not get a run this game. And what does he do? He fucks up my parlay and fucking lines it in the first inning. So, and ever since then, he hit that and the grand slam the game after. So, Varsho, I am the reason you're succeeding.
I mean, still with a 100 something batting average, but
Yeah, but hey, I like him because he has a big neck and he's a good fielder.
bro, you remember in grade 7, like Mr. Korean?
Mr. Green, yeah?
Yeah, I low key think he looks like him.
No.
Yeah,
No.
yeah.
Mr. Korean looks like I mean he probably was. No, I'm not gonna say it. But he looked like someone you don't want to see around kids. You know? You probably shouldn't say his name like that.
No,
But like
no.
yeah, but like he's not Dalton.
I don't know.
Doesn't look like him. No resemblance. Come on now.
You sure?
I think so. Do you remember? I mean, because I had him. You were in English, right? Or no, were you
I was in French.
Really? You think he looks like him?
A little bit. Like I can see the resemblance.
What? Like I feel like his eyes are way different. His mouth is.
The player profile looks just like him.
Hmm.
Like maybe not in person, but the way he smiles, the way he looks at the camera when he.
How do you remember that?
I don't know. It just looks like.
I just remember that fucking Mr. Crean smiling like a smug piece of shit. That's all I remember.
Oh god, not him listening to this. I'm like, damn.
There's no way he's listening to this shit. This guy's probably I don't know what he's doing these days. I don't even.
Teaching again. Oh,
If he's still
acting again?
teaching,
He's acting now.
hopefully, because him teaching is like fucking trash. This guy, literally, if I like didn't have my homework done, Austin, grab the things out of your desk, throw it on the
I
floor,
remember that.
pick it back
I
up.
remember that.
Is this military or am I learning fucking conjugation?
He was like, poubelle. He
Yeah,
just threw it
he's like
down.
poubelle. I'm like, hello, bro. Like, so when am I gonna learn how to say, can I go to the bathroom, bro?
Puis j'allais à toilette.
Yeah,
I remember those days.
that was from grade 5 too.
Yeah, missing them.
But yeah. Anyways, that's not Dalton's.
Sorry, I made you live through all that.
Yeah, the trauma. Like, are you
Yeah,
fucking
I'm
serious?
sorry. I'm so sorry.
You're not sorry. You're not sorry.
Nah, that was enjoyable. But
That was enjoyable.
that was kind of funny. Reliving that.
True. I
Yeah.
guess. But yeah. How did we get there from Varsho? Because he doesn't look like him, anyways. But anyways, what
Maybe
were
he
you?
does.
No. What were you doing last week?
Bro, exams. I had a fucking brutal last exam on Thursday.
Uh huh.
Oh my god, I was learning new shit on the exam. Like that's how bad it was.
Like learning new shit on the exam.
Yeah, like there was a question and I was like, yeah, I guess this does happen.
You're like, oh, this is interesting. Might have to study this after.
Yeah. I didn't even study it while prepping for the exam. I kind of just, oh, I didn't know 70% of injuries came from this, you know? Like,
So you did good at it, at least.
I don't know, man.
I mean, the way you said that, it's like you're pretty much just learning on the fly. So probably not.
Probably not, but you know, it's okay. I have 2 more exams left and football season.
Football season.
Football season.
Oh, for you, right?
For me, yeah. And then that's going on until August.
Nice.
Yeah. And then volleyball and then basketball. So
I mean, you're a busy guy with all these athletics.
yeah, I'm very busy. I'm not playing them, by the way.
You're not.
Just on the sidelines.
You had me fooled for a second.
I mean, do I look like a football athlete to you?
I mean, you have a jacket on, so you can't tell all your guns. I mean, you might have guns, you know? You might have guns.
After the injury, I don't know yet. I don't know.
It was a thumb injury.
I haven't been doing upper body.
It's a thumb injury. You can still work out. Like, just like put the cable on your hand and just pull it for your bicep.
Maybe you're just more creative than me.
No, I'm not, Ryan.
I just
Maybe
didn't
you're
think of
just
it.
maybe you're just making excuses.
Maybe I am, guys. Like maybe that's just how I am now.
Now we're playing. Is your thumb like, where is it? Which
Just on here.
still taped up?
Yeah, it's
Goddamn.
taped up
Baseball season's over for your.
until I'm recovered.
Which
I'm actually going to the game on the 26th.
which one?
The first Dodgers game with Shohei, Mookie, the 26th.
Oh, you're going with them. Wow.
I'm watching the game. Sorry, I'm watching the game.
Oh, from the dugout, right?
Yeah, of course, from the dugout.
Wow, that's actually sick. Damn, tell them I said hi, bro.
Of course, of course. I'll translate everything that Shohei. They need a
Oh,
new translator
they
too.
do. They
They do
do.
need a new translator.
But he's Japanese. And you're not Japanese.
I would just Google translate everything he says then.
True, true.
Yeah.
True.
But yeah, no more baseball talk. Let's go into basketball.
What? Okay, yeah. All right. Baseball. I mean basketball talk. Basketball talk. Sorry, I'm just like it's like PTSD from work. Like all I see is fucking baseball.
Has a baseball like crashed through your window before?
Yeah, I mean, maybe. The way Varsha's been hitting them? Shit.
Low key, yeah.
But anyways, you're right. It's a basketball podcast. I could sit here and talk about baseball all day, but no. We need to talk about basketball because it's been 2 weeks and a lot's gone on, along with the playoff seedings, which is probably the most important thing. And so, what's the seedings looking like, Ryan?
So I don't know them by heart right now.
You don't know them by heart.
I know the first 3 seeds of the.
Are you a fake fan?
I don't know. It seems the way you're talking about it implies that I am.
Maybe we should talk about Blue Jays.
Yeah, I don't know much about that either at this point. I know for a fact that the Thunder are first in the West.
Yep,
The
Nuggets are
Nuggets are second, and the T-Wolves are third.
Yeah, which surprised everyone. And I think that one maybe wasn't as surprising as the East, which we'll get in a second, where Boston the whole year has been first, but everyone has thought even since the firing of Adrian Griffin, they were still what 30 and 14 on pace for that second seed to be a lock. And that just wasn't the case. The Knicks at the last second hits a buzzer beater.
Squeeze through.
Brunson just goes on this miraculous run, and the Knicks are the second seed, which now makes. Well, I mean, this is the thing that people say the East is so boring. Like the teams on the bottom are like, oh, it's only like 2 or 3 teams. Well, now it's like, well, the Sixers and the Heat are playing the 7 and 8 playing game. So whoever wins that game actually has like a really big advantage because if they get the 7th seed, either Miami or Philly, they play the Knicks in the first round. If they get by them, it's either Orlando and Cleveland. So, I mean, you really want that 7th seed in the East right now by a landslide.
It's going to be a bloodbath for that seed because 4 teams are competing for the 7th seed right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, so let's to recap for the West at least.
Okay.
The Thunder, the Nuggets, Timberwolves, the Clippers, the Mavericks, and the Suns are playoff bound. The Pelicans, the Lakers will be fighting for the 7th seed. The Kings and the Warriors will be fighting for the right to play the loser of the 7th, 8th.
That
is crazy.
It is crazy. It is.
Remember last year it was the Warriors versus the Kings.
And like it was like 4-5, wasn't it?
Like
or 3-6.
Yeah, something like that. And this year they're the last 2
They're
seeds.
literally like the last 2 teams making it in, and the Warriors like just kind of got in. They went in this hot streak and just got in. Like who knows?
Squeezed past the Houston Rockets.
So this is like a really different version of the Warriors because last year we all know watching, especially Game 7, everyone was tuned into that game. Looney was just dogging on the Kings on the rebounds, and now Looney looks like he's like not even a shell of himself. So this series is like a brand new series. It's not like, oh, we saw it last year.
It's not even a proper rematch anymore. Like, the Warriors have lost a few
key players, yeah.
And the Kings, I think it's not that it got worse. They kind of just couldn't keep up with the rest of the league. So it's kind of like, yeah, they're still a really good team. They just, fell off a little bit.
And also with their injuries to Malik Monk and Kevin Huerter, like those are two of their.
Monk is probably the one that hurts the most, in my opinion.
Yeah, those are, and not like he hurts probably more because he's like the bench scorer, like he's the hot hand. But they both play major minutes for them, especially in the playoffs. Like I like to like kind of relate them. It makes no sense, kind of, but to Cameron Payne, where like he's kind of just like playing like bench minutes, and then once it's the playoffs, we've seen it with the Suns. I think with the Bucks also, he's gonna be over the Sixers. I mean,
Sixers right now.
Like these guys play like upwards of 30-35 minutes a game for them sometimes.
Well, they provide such good value that the coach doesn't have a reason to not play them.
Yeah, you want because these playoff games, it's game in game out. Like if you perform in that game, you will play that game.
Yeah.
That's how you have to coach. So those 2 guys were either one of Herter or Monk, when they get hot, you keep them in the game, and you just don't have that luxury to sub them in
Mhm.
anymore.
Well, Monk was my one of my front runners for six man of the year,
Yeah.
and now without him, it's gonna be a tough 9-10 matchup in my opinion. But if I were to predict right now,
Hmm.
I think the Kings take this one this year. The Warriors have just been too inconsistent.
Yeah. Even with Curry's heroics.
I mean, Curry's probably winning clutch player of the year in my opinion,
Hmm.
but he's not that clutch.
You don't think he can take on that? I mean, the Kings' defense now is gonna be like probably even worse. I mean,
The only way the Warriors have a chance is if Draymond steps on Sabonis' chest again.
again,
Yeah, that's the only way they have a chance.
I mean, Draymond has jokes aside on like the stepping on people shit. I don't like the way he operates as like a competitor and the way he talks about other players, but on the court, this guy he really is elite level on defense and even on offense. And he's been hitting his threes recently. So if he is Draymond, like the Draymond that we expect him to be,
2016 Draymond.
I mean, maybe that's a stretch.
Okay, okay.
That was like god tier Draymond.
He was
But
hitting all his threes.
yeah, but like even just maybe like a step below that, if he can be that, then yeah, he would be good. Like
Okay,
he could change the dynamic of that series. I
for
think.
sure, for sure. And moving on from the East, we have the Celtics, the Knicks, the Bucks, the Cavs, the Magic, and the Pacers as playoff teams. The Sixers, which I want to talk about later, the Heat will be fighting for the seventh, and the Bulls Hawks will be fighting for the right to play loser of 7-8.
Hmm.
And me personally, the Bulls and Hawks should not even be here. They suck.
Yeah, they both are pretty terrible. Missing like some of their key players, and they're still
I
out
mean,
here
didn't Drummond just get wheeled out the other day?
for trying to dunk on his own teammate.
Yeah.
I mean that was something. Yeah, those two teams down there, they really aren't playoff teams, but I feel like at this point they're like the two teams that like, well, they're the only playing teams that are in the East.
I feel like they're still gonna lose to Miami either way. So
Yeah, obvious. I mean, who knows? I mean, Atlanta is a team that I'm kind of like intrigued by because they have like the true star power in Trae Young.
yeah, they have the one superstar out of those teams.
Exactly.
Yeah. So wouldn't be surprised, obviously.
Yeah, we've seen him do it before.
But again, Jimmy Butler is he turns it up another level in the
Mhm.
playoffs. So I'm still expecting Sixers and then Heat in this matchup because
Yeah.
Embiid's back. So speaking of that, do you think if Embiid weren't out, would they be a play-in team or definitely?
Obviously not. It goes down to like when he was out, Maxi as a number one just wasn't able to get it done. But when we saw Maxi and Embiid as the 1 and 2, they were like looking like maybe the best team in the East. They could rival for it at least. Like maybe not, but like they were still kind of in that tier. I think the 1-2 game between them two was insane. Maxi took a huge leap this year, and once he goes out, it's just not the same team.
Yeah, it's not.
It's not the same team. So and maybe it's not just Maxi and Embiid. It goes deeper than that. He started really slow with Philadelphia. Oubre has been pretty steady, but they haven't got any contributions out of those guys. So
Just empty calories, kind of.
yeah, so if any of those guys on the team kind of played to their level that they did kind of earlier in the year, then maybe they would still be afloat at around 4 and
I
5.
feel like I've said this before, but Healed to me is a non-factor in the playoffs. I think he becomes unplayable.
You think so?
I think so because if he's not hitting his threes like he wasn't earlier when he joined Philly, then why are we playing him? Period.
Here's why I
I'd
disagree.
rather play Kyle Lowry.
That is
A
valid.
38-year-old Kyle Lowry to play all of Buddy Hield's minutes.
Is he that old? He's not that old.
I think he is actually.
38.
I think 37 or 38.
Wow.
He still looks 23, but
True.
yeah.
Because he doesn't have facial hair.
Mhm.
Barely.
But I don't think Hield will be a factor for the 76ers this playoffs.
I think in the playoffs, for me, when I watch it, the defense that gets played is less man and more about team defense. And all Buddy Hield has to do is execute rotations and don't make silly mistakes. And I think Hield is capable of that. Because obviously during regular season, the game is kind of less, maybe like less serious. I could say that where one-on-one defense means a lot more, but in the playoffs, like you just need to rotate. That's all you need to do. Like teams are taking the best shot they can get.
I mean, yes and no, because like if I have the scouting report and I know that Buddy Hield's going to be playing, let's say 30 minutes a game, I'm attacking Beal every single possession.
But what's stopping these guys from just helping? I mean, we
It's
it's
the help.
something. Yeah, the help is just you just help off of like Tobias Harris or Oubre on either side.
Harris is not helping on defense like that.
I think people underrate his defense. He's a big body. He's fairly mobile for being 6'9". Like he's actually been pretty solid this year defensively. You see his numbers, you think he's fallen off, but I think he's done pretty solidly on defense. He's actually improved in my opinion.
Okay.
And I think if you just help, you kind of have to give it up, especially in the playoffs. Unless it's like maybe the last 2 minutes where like players will just get to their spot no matter what. But over the course of a game, like against a team like New York, I mean, I don't think that he will be that much of a liability in my opinion. And you gotta
I
you
disagree still, but
I mean you do understand how much he provides on offense and the option of a knockdown shooter that Embiid has like historically been successful with.
well, obviously not, especially if they haven't made it past the second round, right?
I mean that year with Redick, I mean Redick was on his last leg and he was their second best player because of Embiid. Just running the handoffs like I don't know. I think he would
Probably
make
could have still played after his Dallas tenure, but no one just wanted to pick up 37-year-old.
well because this guy the same thing with Hield. He's a defensive liability. He was even worse than Hield.
But at least he made his shots.
Hield is making his shots
Okay,
now.
but we've never seen Hield in the playoffs. Hield has never made the playoffs before.
Well, is that his fault? He's like a role player. He's a role player, man.
Let us see, man.
You can't expect him to be doing all that. Come on now.
If your specialty is 3-point shooting, but you don't bring that, I don't know, man.
He's been making them. He's been making
All
them.
right, we'll see.
I'm more worried about Oubre for that.
Because Oubre doesn't do well with bright lights.
Does he? I'm not sure.
I don't think he does, because I remember when he was in Golden State, he went like 0 for like 700 from 3 that span.
He was pissed that year, though. I don't blame
Yeah.
him.
And then Charlotte, like where he could just tank all the time, he did pretty good.
He was a shot checker, but the role he has on Philly, at least he knows what he's playing in night and night out. I think that was a problem with the Warriors.
I mean, I think we're gonna be watching that game regardless together, right?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
we are. We're watching that at Greg's, or I could be wrong.
I'm not sure, but most of these games are.
These playing games we're watching together just to get a sense of who's going to take 7-8. But I still think Hield's not a factor. But with Embiid back, I think they're going to play up to the par of like a 4th seed.
Yeah. I mean, they're in that mix with Cleveland and are they? I mean, Knicks probably have to be in that tier now with like Milwaukee, the Knicks, and Cleveland. They're in that tier.
I think they're better than Cleveland with Embiid back, but they're not better than Milwaukee.
Damn.
Yeah.
You're a Bucks fan, aren't you?
I've been a Bucks fan even before.
Bias. Someone has bias. Somebody here on this.
They're
table has
better than the
bias.
Pacers.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think Orlando's better than the Pacers. Too.
Oh, definitely.
Like.
They have better team cohesion.
Yeah, they do.
Everything runs through Tyrese.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas Magic, like, it can run through anyone.
It can run through Suggs. It can run through
Joe Ingles.
Joe Ingles. It can run through Franz Wagner. Yeah, they have a lot of guys.
Anyone can take care of the Rocks from there. But I think Milwaukee, even though they got that head coach thing and the losing streak thing and a lot of bad things with Milwaukee right now, I still think just because of like health wise, well, I don't know if Giannis is going to be out or anything, but
Hopefully he's okay.
hopefully he's okay. But like, I still think the Bucks still are the third best team in the East,
Behind who?
behind the Knicks.
You think like even
Well,
without
right-
seeding?
Oh, seeding? Okay, aside from seeding, then I think it's Boston, Philly. Yeah, it'd be Philly then. It'd be Philly. Because with Embiid back, I think Philly would be like top 2, top 3.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, with Hield as like their 30+ minute, oh, maybe not 30+, like their starter, you think he's a non-factor? Who they're bringing in after that?
Bro, you like you said, Tyrese and
Jeff Doughton,
Tyrese.
Raptors
and
legend.
Kyle Lowry's also a Raptors legend. But all right, but Tyrese and Joel Embiid, them two in itself, it's crazy.
Is it better than Giannis and Lillard in the
I mean,
playoffs?
Lillard has not been good
In the
this
playoffs?
season. We don't know yet.
the
We don't know Bucks Lillard in the playoffs yet.
We've seen him in the playoffs. He's done well in the playoffs.
Is it Dame time or is it Lame time? Like I don't
Dude,
know yet.
he has to make up his mind.
Yeah.
But this is my hot take. What I will state right here, right now.
Okay.
I think Milwaukee loses in the first round to whoever they play.
Like last year.
I think so. I mean, all the signs heavily point to them being a failure.
So they're playing Indiana in the first round. You think they'll lose to
I think they could, yeah.
Pascal?
I think they could. Because their coaching is probably the worst amongst playoff teams.
Yeah, yeah.
Their recent form has been absolutely horrible.
Terrible.
Their second best player does not want to be there. Their star big man has taken kind of a big drop in Brook. Like he's kind of taken a big drop defensively, Brook Lopez.
He's older now.
And Giannis is kind of injured. Like he's pretty injured. So all the signs for me are pointing towards L. Like a big fat L in the first
I
round.
just don't know what. I love Tyrese Halliburton. I just don't know what he's capable
Yeah,
of.
yeah, that's what we don't know. But I think that the Bucks are going to beat themselves.
I still say first round for Milwaukee, even though I'm a Pacers fan.
You're a Pacers and Bucks fan. That's tough.
That is tough, but
Tough.
I love the Pacers more than the Bucks.
Respect for that.
But I still think the Bucks still have like talent overall better.
They do, like, if you come to playoffs, probably have the two best players in the series. Yeah, Milwaukee does.
Milwaukee still comes out on top, and you can't even disfactor like Chris Middleton. I know he hasn't been there completely this season, but if he's just turns it around in the playoffs, you have another legit second option.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think Milwaukee gets past the first round, but not the second round.
You think it'll be tough though?
6 games.
Okay.
6 games. I think Pascal's gonna be a beast in this series.
He's kind of underrated, Pascal, when it
I
comes
think
to the
Pascal,
clutch.
because no one knows about Pascal aside from Toronto fans.
Yeah. First of all, no one's watching Toronto. B, Nick Nurse just never gave him the ball in the clutch. Never.
But now he's with Rick Carlisle,
Yeah.
who gives him a little bit more opportunity if it's not through Tyrese. So
Yeah.
I think he's gonna have like a 25, 10, and 4 type of series.
I mean, as non-biased Raptors fans, we are praying for that because Pascal has gotten so much slander. Raptors automatically, if you're a Raptor, you will be hated no matter what. So I'm hoping that he plays well, because if he's not playing well, like that whole meme of him just being a Beyblade will resonate.
It will resonate.
It will stay for the rest of his career, which he probably doesn't give a fuck about. But like, it hurts us to see.
It hurts me to see, but it's okay because he doesn't care. He's making millions. What
Sure,
do
yeah.
two casuals know about him?
Yeah.
Oh well.
Yeah. Fuck it.
And then Chicago and Atlanta.
No one will be watching.
No one's watching that
Yeah.
except us.
Except us and DeRozan's daughter. That's probably it. Yeah, like, oh my god. Yeah, flashbacks. That's actually why we will not be watching. You know what? Like, I'm not trying to hear that every time at the free throw line. I'm not trying to see Drummond trying to dunk over his teammate.
Drummond dunks over his daughter.
Yeah,
Oh,
but if the game is close, we will be there because DeRozan he might be putting on a masterclass in the clutch. And
he usually puts it on in the play-in, but never really during the playoffs. So that's a little unfortunate.
But if that's a close game, you have DeJounte Murray, who, like, I think, like, Curry's gonna win the award, but when I'm watching these games, I think DeJounte Murray is probably the most clutch player. Like, he's hit the biggest shots, and him versus Rosen, if it's a clutch game, holy moly, bro. Trae Young, sit the fuck
Battle
down.
of the Spurs, like the former Spurs.
Yeah, Battle of the former Spurs. That'd be insane to watch.
Yeah.
I will be there for that if that happens. If it's a blowout, turning that shit off.
Whatever.
Sleep.
It's whatever.
Yeah.
But I think Chicago comes out on top in this one.
You think so?
I
Wow.
think DeRozan's just like his clutch will clutch through.
His clutch will clutch through?
Yeah.
That's a very good analysis right there.
Yes,
I love
yes.
that.
Yes, the mid-range will mid-range through, you know? Like,
That's fair enough. Yeah,
Yeah.
in the playoffs, you need the mid range, and you have Mr.
in the
Mid range
playoffs,
right there.
you need any type of shot you can get. Like
True.
Like aside from the Kevin Durant foot on the line,
Yeah,
any shot you can get in the playoffs is money.
it is money.
Yeah.
But DeJounte Murray is also a bullshit shot maker. You know,
Yeah.
he does just throw bullshit and it might go in. So it's kind of
It's not even 50-50 with DeJounte though. It's kind of like 20-80.
is it? And the clutch it goes up by like 50%.
A little bit, yeah.
He just throws up some bullshit. But I mean, you're forgetting about Kobe White and Ayo Dosunmu taking huge leaps. I mean, yo, Zach LaVine went out and they got
And
better.
they did get better.
Like it's crazy to think that they have Vooch shooting fucking 26%.
Speaking of Kobe White, is he a most improved candidate to you?
Man, I've heard a lot of media say that he's not even on their ballot.
Which I think is fucking insane.
It's crazy to think because, like, I mean, isn't he the definition of a most improved?
He is.
He went from like 14 points per game to like 23 or some shit.
And not just that, he was a write-off for a lot of us.
Yeah, he's a write-off.
Because it was just like, oh, I guess we all expected kind of like hopefully Lonzo's gonna be coming back. So, Zach LaVine is still pretty solid. So Kobe White was just kind of your bench guy who didn't do a whole lot, but he, in the middle of the season, he took it to another level. So I'm gonna say this: I think he should win Most Improved.
Yeah, and the storyline kind of like, how is it not supportive, bro? Like, this team was literally like, wow, they might be like one of the worst teams in the league. To now they're pretty much fighting for a playing spot, which in the East it may not mean a lot, but they're still in the plan. They're still in the position to like make a run.
Yeah,
because of him being so good.
Yeah, so Kobe White, you have my vote for Most Improved.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'll have to see other candidates, but like,
I mean,
definitely in the ballot. He should be top 3.
Everyone would say Tyrese Maxey.
Yeah, like Maxey. Some people might even say Jalen Williams, second year, but like still he's like.
Or Jalen Johnson too.
Yeah, Jalen Johnson. So I mean, yeah, there's a lot of guys
you got a lot of good candidates.
And Suggs, yeah.
Suggs definitely, but we'll see. I think White should win it this year.
Yeah, I like that too. Yeah.
What else? What else?
Well, recently the Celtics just locked in Jrue Holiday for another 4 years.
I mean, they kind of did lock him up. 4
They
years.
They locked up their own salary cap, is what happened, because
exactly.
135 million for 4 years for someone that's gonna be what, like 38 by the end of the contract. They're gonna have to let go of their stars.
This is what I don't understand. You're paying Jaylen Brown 50+ million.
The richest contract.
You're paying Kristaps Porzingis 30 million a year. Now you're gonna be paying Jrue next year 35 million a year.
Yeah, how are they?
Jason Tatum is up for a contract after this year, so that's also in the 50+ million range. And then Derek White is also up for a contract after that. And if I'm not mistaken, they're going to throw another $35 million contract at him. So at the end of the day, who the fuck is your bench?
Yeah, I mean, they're already with like nobody on their bench.
Oh, they're going to get 40-year-old Al Horford to take a veteran minimum.
Yeah, to be their 6th man or 7th man. And then they have like just a bunch of white guys off the street to be their shooters. That's it. Like Luke Cornett, Sam Hauser. There you go. That's already 2 roster spots. And then you got like Tillman on like minimum money. You got, who else do you have there, bro? I didn't even know who was playing for that.
They're gonna sign LiAngelo Ball.
They might have to, bro.
Because they don't have anyone else.
They have no one else to choose from. No one wants to even like. I mean, you're just playing backup minutes at that point. It's tough. They got the ring chasers probably on their team.
Probably.
So yeah, they're looking so messed up. But the reason why I feel like I'm not that scared about it is because their GM is Brad Stevens.
Yeah.
So I kind of like feel like he's gonna get whatever he wants is gonna get done. He's probably gonna trade Jaylen Brown, if I had to guess, if it was gonna be someone to go, because well, that contract is crazy. And B, he's like semi-replaceable in their lineup. You could just throw in Derek White, and they're still probably the best team in the East, in my opinion.
I think I love Jaylen Brown. First of all, like I think listeners know that he's one of my favorite players. But him and Tatum's skill set do clash a lot.
A lot,
yeah. Like I wouldn't even say a lot. It's like it's the same.
It's like so apparent it clashes.
So if you're paying 2 guys $50 million a year, what other go-to play do you have?
It's like ISO Brown or ISO Tatum.
You know that one like Ty Lue writing up the play, pass to LeBron. That's the play. Pass to Kawhi. That's the play.
Yeah, it's the one meme with the bun. You guys trying to choose between 2 buns. It's fucking
sweating.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, it sucks, and you probably would. I mean, who knows? If they win the title this year, it's happy-go-lucky. Brown, you can go on, happy days.
Are the Celtics your favorite to win
the championship? Yeah. No, because I think Denver's still that team.
You think Denver's still?
But I think Boston's like a very close second. I mean, I think it's neck and neck with those 2 teams, but Denver already winning it fuck, I can't say no to them. It's like
Yeah,
the same team pretty much.
yeah. I think talent-wise though, like the Celtics are still better.
Way better. I mean, they're statistically one of the best teams ever.
Not just on paper, like even like what they've shown. So
Yeah, I mean, their bench guys. I heard all have like a +9 net rating.
like no one's
Their
heard of
bench
that.
guys, yeah, like
No one's heard of that before.
it's crazy.
Their worst guy is probably Jalen Brown
Yeah, on their starting
on the
lineup.
starting lineup.
But then you got Sam Hauser walking in doing +9. Like, what the hell's going on? This team is busted. But the playoffs. This is the reason why we don't take regular season that serious. Like, even as crazy as it was, is well, like the playoffs is what really matters.
Like, are you a 16 win type of player?
Mm.
Like, that's the real question. Can you win your team the championship in 16 games? And like, we've seen it from Tatum. We've seen Brown.
We definitely seen it from Brown.
We've seen it from Brown in the finals. We've seen Tatum, especially in the conference finals.
Yeah,
So I don't doubt they're a 16 type of team. But I don't. And Drew Holiday is a champion. Like, I can't even discount that. Kristaps has kind of seen playoff action, like with Dallas.
yeah. I mean, not in the right role, yeah, but
Yeah,
still seen it.
he's still seen it and wasn't terrible at all.
I mean, they went to the conference finals with them.
Yeah, exactly. So, and Derek White has just been solid in his entire tenure with the Celtics. So I don't know, man. I need to watch them in the playoffs before I can decide. But
I really hope that it's Boston, Denver in the finals. But this is why people like don't give Jimmy shit for being the 8th seed right now because well, we've seen the past like 4 years he's been like the best guy on a finals team.
taking teams to Game 7.
Yeah,
Yeah.
going head to head against like the Celtics, the Bucks, like the, that's why we give Embiid so much slack. That's why we give players that haven't performed in the playoffs so much slack is because well that's where you need to perform. We don't care if you do it for these like 60 games you play. Like you gotta do it when it matters.
Yeah.
That's why Jamal Murray is like forever going to be in history books because he was that second best player on that
He
championship
always
team,
steps up.
and he had his moments. I mean, what was the two triple doubles? Him and Jokic both
Yeah.
in the finals. I mean, who's doing that?
No one's doing
No
that
one's
except
doing that.
them.
Exactly. So we hope that the Celtics can make a deep run, and they probably deserve to win it this year. So I'm hoping they make the finals.
If the Celtics win it this year, that contract that was given to Drew becomes justified. Because now you have a dynasty. Like you have the start of a dynasty.
I mean, you could have like extended him like a year, and it would have been worth it too. Like you didn't have to. I mean, I guess you could say it's justified.
I mean,
Like,
if I'm Drew Holiday and I'm seeing a 1 year contract extension, I'm like, I don't know, man. Like,
I'd be like, damn, I'm getting old. I mean, I might have to take it.
Yeah.
Oh, they gave me 4 years, 135.
Oh,
Oh,
hell yeah,
bet.
hell yeah.
I'm worth it. I'm worth it. Yeah.
So makes sense on his part. Makes
Yeah.
sense on the Celtics part. Because like, if you're winning at this level, and it's the same guys, like, I might as well, man. Like,
Run it back. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
Al Horford's probably getting an extension soon too.
Yeah. I mean, I wonder what he's gonna get. He's gonna get something like probably around 15 mil, like, maybe close to that.
4 year, 15 mil.
Yo, imagine he gets for 4 year. Holy crap! He's got gray hair. He's gonna like go reverse bald and grow gray hair if he signs that contract.
For sure, for sure. But yeah, that was actually pretty big for this past week because I did not expect someone 34-year-old to get 135 million.
I mean, what a time to extend him, right? Like right before the playoffs. Like what the hell?
Now he's even more motivated to play well.
Yeah, I mean, no, I mean, would he be? Because he got his money. He's like, oh,
I mean,
okay.
I feel like he is a champion. Like maybe he doesn't want to like fight that hard anymore.
Maybe Derek White's gonna take over in the middle of the playoffs.
Is he gonna be like the next him on the
Who?
Celtics? Derek White.
Derek White. I mean, we've seen it. I'm damn near made the fucking All Star team, averaging like 13 points. So who like the impact he has is already insane.
Fair, fair, fair. What else? What else? The Timberwolves, 3rd seed without Cat.
No, Cat is coming back.
He is coming back, but they've managed to hold on to that lead without him all this time. And Nas Reed,
Nas Reed, bro.
bro, he was averaging like 20, 10 and some 20 and 10.
Yeah, he was going nuts. He was going nuts.
He was going crazy, and I don't know. Like me personally, I might consider trading Cat this offseason.
I mean, it probably has to be a possibility, and because of the contract like that you have to, the contracts you have to give up.
You're giving
in your
out
future.
Gobert.
You have Gobert.
Max. You're giving Ant a max.
Yeah, and Nas Reed, you're giving him a big contract probably too.
Nas Reed is on a very team-friendly contract.
He is, but when that's up, and you have Cat
That's
on the
in two
roster
years.
still,
They're fine. That's in 2 years.
but Cat's deal is like fucking 5.
Where would you send him?
Who?
Cat. If you were to trade him.
Anywhere that he could fucking get traded to. I don't know. I'm taking the first deal I see probably. I mean, no, I mean obviously not, but what team needs like the skill set like Cat? It's actually hard to say.
I think
He's a 5 that can't play 5.
he's a four that's not fast enough to keep up with other fours nowadays.
But the thing is, he's like the most gifted shooter at 6'11".
Well, he's the best shooter, big man, you know?
And you know he is. He's the best 3-point shooting big man ever. I agree with that too. But it's like, man, like he's just such a weird skill set. It's like, where do you fit that? The Timberwolves might have to just hold on.
And like if it doesn't work out this playoffs,
Then yeah, you gotta just trade
yeah,
it.
yeah.
I mean,
I think regardless, I think I trade him.
it's tough. I mean, you really think Nasri can step into that 4
Yeah.
role?
Yes, I think Nas Reed, he's a hustle guy. Like he came up as a second round pick. He knows what it takes to work for it. And now that he's getting the opportunity to play as a starter, I think that he wants to stay as a starter, maybe develop into it like an even another tier of player, and they're going to stick to a top four seed next year still.
Hmm.
I think that's going to happen, but that's not going to happen if Cat's still on the roster, because Towns is going to want all the touches when both Gobert and him are on the field. Like they're Nas Reed will not get any playing time if Cat and Gobert are taking up the front court. That's just it. And I'm thinking Cat should go somewhere where his skill set might be a little more useful,
Which
like
is
Detroit or Washington.
you sent him to the gulag? Are you serious?
Yeah, low key.
I think Orlando might be somewhere. I would maybe like to see it. I mean, him at the 5, I would not mind it because you have help defense like Bankero,
That's actually a very
and you have guards that can actually guard. You know,
yeah.
I mean, Ant's great, but he's the only one. Like Conley's getting passed by. You got Suggs there. Like Suggs by himself is 2 defenders.
I feel like you'd have to send Suggs to the Timberwolves.
Oh my, there's no way you'd be able to do
I
that.
feel like you would have to though, because he's on a rookie steal contract.
He's valuable.
He's valuable, and Towns is still. He was just an all-star this past year. Like you're not gonna be like, oh, I don't know what to give you. I'll give a Suggs, Markel Fultz, Joe Ingles probably.
But then at that point, like, why trade Towns? Like,
Because
obviously Orlando's not
free
getting
of
that.
Nas Reed.
I mean, you could still ride with this for
Don't-
another year or
I don't
two.
think so. I
Okay,
don't
you know
think
what?
so.
Towns has been to 3 playoffs. The first year I don't really count. He had the 1 year with Jimmy where he did well,
Mhm.
and then last year where he did terrible. You give him another shot. You give him another shot. After this year, you take what you can get. If he performs well this year and they lose in the first round, you guys got to run it back. I think this team has what it takes. I mean, if he does well, I mean,
I mean, who are they matched up against?
if they're third, Phoenix. I like that matchup for them too.
Hmm.
I mean,
That's not a terrible matchup.
yeah, that's low key like probably the best
that's
case
actually
scenario. That's the
fun scenario. That's a seven. That could be a 7-game series.
I mean, Nurkic is gonna be shitting his pants, and KD is literally gonna have to play like defense every possession.
And it's going. It's. I think it's just going to be a duel between Book and Ant. To be honest,
Oh, man.
I think that's what's going to happen.
We will be watching that.
Yeah.
But man, that Gobert Nurkic duel, I love like 2 big men that can't handle the ball. Man, it's just fun to watch. You know, like Colin just dishes it to Gobert.
They should play it ISO, bro.
Yo, imagine.
Gobert's like.
Yeah. He does his long ass drop step and just loses the ball going up. Nurkic catches the ball wide open layup, throws it over the backboard. That's just like what I'm here to watch, bro.
That's some comedy, bro.
Yeah, and it happens like every possession, bro. So that's actually a really good season, and I think Minnesota like can take that maybe even easily.
No, I think Minnesota has a good chance at taking that series. But Cat needs to show up, man.
I mean, dude, this is the one series where I think Cat has a good chance to like go at his defender.
But
He's
if
good.
he doesn't, then he's out.
Well, yeah, he has to be out.
Yeah,
But if he has a good playoffs, I think you keep because his skill set, when it's all firing on all cylinders, when he's performing well, when he's getting the minutes and he's actually getting the touches, he is like a transcendent player on your team. Like on your offense, he's like a wild card that's just it's like a broken wild card.
Wildcat.
Wildcat. Yeah, that's what he is. So yeah, I'm excited to see. But yeah, Nasri has been great, but you just gotta keep riding with Cat. He's been your boy since 2015.
15, almost 10 years. Almost 10 years.
That was the first draft I watched, and
That was actually the first draft I watched too.
I'm old.
We're
but
old.
Damn, I'm like that old. That Cat's like 30, bro. Like damn,
He is almost 30. What the fuck? He came in when he was 18.
bro. DeLon Wright is like 31.
Damn, we are old.
We are freaking old,
We are
bro.
old. What the hell?
But yeah, let's not reside on that. What else is hot in the NBA?
Ooh. There's two more things. Bronny?
Bronny.
Bronny.
I say hot in the NBA, and this guy says Bronny.
LeBron, you are my side.
Oh, okay. That's about Bronny. That's about Bronny. So, have you been able to watch Bronny's tapes? Pause. But Bronny's like college tapes. Pause.
Um, okay. Not very impressive. What, 4 points, 2 rebounds,
The stats are one thing,
two
yeah.
assists,
The stats
and
are one thing.
0.8 steals.
Okay, but the minutes, yeah, factor in the minutes. Factor he came up for heart attack.
Okay, you know what? He plays okay from a heart attack.
Yeah. After a heart attack, rare scenario, he did play pretty well.
He's playing okay.
Won a few, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, but the real question is, he declared for the draft. Is he going to get drafted?
Me
'Cause
personally,
he can go back to the.
yeah, he is a transfer
He's
portal
still in the transfer portal, so he can still go back to school
to another team, yeah.
if like the projections point out like, yeah, no one's gonna pick you like at all.
Hmm.
He might be like, all right, that's cool. I'm a develop some more next year. That's okay because LeBron can play for another 50 years. Like,
Yeah, it seems like. I mean, I think he probably is an NBA caliber defender. That's the one thing that people have been pointing out, and
He's a
even
good defender.
he's a pretty good defender, and that's something that you don't really like
the
see
stats
too
don't
often.
the stats don't show that, but like the way he composes himself on the perimeter, the way that he can read, he's got a really good basketball IQ. To be honest, he just doesn't get the ball to perform at that rate. But I think he should be a really good shooter too, just by the way he like gets himself ready. Just the shot isn't falling through.
Oh, yeah, he's like a horrible shooter. I mean, he's like 20% on wide open threes,
Mhm.
and he's actually kind of bad as a playmaker. It's weird to think that, but like he actually is kind of almost like a zero.
He's a smart guy though.
He's like Suggs first year. That's what he reminds me of.
Yeah, a little bit.
That's what I feel like, and his athleticism is actually pretty impressive. And if a team like he does project to me as like a second round kind of guy, like I wouldn't mind taking a flyer on an NBA caliber like athlete, NBA caliber defender, and maybe a shot comes along, maybe you can fix the shot. And I mean, there you got 3 and D
I mean,
guy right there.
look at Kawhi. He had a broken jump shot
Hmm.
coming into the league, and San Antonio helped him out with that.
Just a few tweaks, and now he's like the best mid range shooter probably in the playoffs.
Yeah, the best in my opinion.
Yeah,
Like just underneath Kevin Durant. But
I think Kawhi's probably better than him at that point. Like
low key, yeah, because Kevin Durant's shooting 55%.
He-
Kawhi
yeah.
shoots 75%.
exactly, and KD can't win a championship with that, but Kawhi can. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like he won 2019 just by that midi right there. Like, so I mean, who knows? But yeah, I mean, it's tough to say with Bronny. I mean, if LeBron could play another year or two, like yeah, like I would go ahead and go back to the transfer portal, get your draft stock up, at least be like a late first rounder.
You could also develop in the league though. Like I think we all forget that.
Man, that legacy hit though. Like imagine like let's see like in like 50, 60 years. Let's see Bronny's stats. 3.2? Fucking 38% from the
I
field.
mean, did you look at Kobe's first year stats?
Was it bad?
3.8 points a game.
Wow.
It was bad.
What was the second year though?
I think it shot up to like 15 or 17.
So yeah. But like yeah, but Kobe was the first Kobe, you know what I'm saying? Like this is LeBron's kid. So all eyes are on this fucking kid.
Yeah, you know that is fair, and LeBron's gonna be shadowing him.
Yeah.
He's gonna eye him like a hawk. So gotta be careful. But the perfect organization though, San Antonio.
Oh man. If Bron becomes good and he's with Wemby, that is just like
That's a
masterpiece.
championship.
It has to be,
That's
bro.
a
Like
championship. Right there.
LeBron's kid and then Wemby, which talking about Wemby, he did release a concept of his new.
Oh
I
my
mean, he
God.
released his logo, which is I
The
think
the
fucking
logo
sick.
was amazing. Logo, like the alien,
Yeah, I mean
fucking amazing.
that's like he is like an alien. So don't just put fucking VM. You don't be fucking boring as hell. The alien like that's Wemby.
I love the logos where there's an actual image or something,
Yeah,
like Derrick Rose's.
like a
I love
rose.
that.
Yeah,
I love that. But like KD's, like what's going on there?
yeah. It's still iconic, but like could do better at
Way better.
least. But just the play on him being an alien, I like that. But the shoe itself,
Ugh.
which I will put up if I do remember, I probably should remember. I will remember. Man, that shoe is me personally. I saw it at first and I'm like, wow, this is really ugly. But the more I see it, I'm like, man, that could look good on the court. I mean, look at Ant's shoe, look at Harden's shoe. Like those shoes, you just kind of have to grow into. And that shoe does look pretty fucking sick. I won't lie.
It's a concept,
It's a
first of
concept.
all.
Yeah, it's a concept.
I don't like it. It looks like I can fly, like it's a hoverboard. Like it gives me that type of vibe.
It reminds me of Jordan 19s, which
Huh.
I mean, I actually like those shoes. Like, it kind of gives me the feel of that, and those shoes were pretty freaking sick. Like, imagine the colorway of Wemby's shoe, like all black,
The
like
gray.
like a little bit like a space effect on the
Ooh,
tongue.
that's
Like,
great. Yeah. Okay, that's
I could see it with Wemby. Like, fuck. So
you might have to Photoshop a little bit
yeah,
with
I
that.
mean, yeah, you might have to see more. Like, okay, here's like another one. Like, when Devin Booker's shoe came out, everyone roasted it, and I'm sitting there
I
like,
don't like it still.
I'm like, bro, this shoe actually looks super good. Like, I think it looks good. Like, I don't care if it's a good basketball shoe. Like, I think it looks good as fuck. And guess what? People are now growing into it, saying, "Oh wow, this shoe actually looks fire as fuck."
I
Whoa.
think it also comes down to does it feel good too, you know?
True, I guess. But like when you're looking at it, just as a visual product,
Yeah. One of these shoe just I don't know, it just looks really like
really different. Yeah.
not just that, it just feels like it looks illegal to wear on the
It
court.
looks illegal. It's gonna make you like jump 10 feet higher.
I mean, if you're trying to replicate what he does, I wouldn't be surprised.
He doesn't have to jump though, so that's a difference.
Play like Wemby.
Imagine that's like the shoe thing. You could play like Wemby if you wear these shoes. Wow, I can dunk from the free throw line. What?
Exactly.
I can dunk without
I
jumping.
don't know, it just seems illegal to wear them. I don't.
Shit, you may be onto something. I mean, he is an alien at the end of the day.
So it's at the end it's an AI concept. I'm not gonna bash on what the AI says just in case they're listening to me right now. But I think that just a little more tweaks and maybe you guys got it. But as of right now,
You're out.
I'm out. Yeah.
I'm in. I'll give you 10% stake on the Shark Tank deals.
Mark Cuban.
Yeah, like Mark Cuban. I'll give you 10% stake on 250. Yep, I'll give you that right there.
Okay, okay. Nike doesn't like that. Nike
Nike
wants
doesn't-
you to make it 5%.
5%. 7%. Right down the middle.
6.
No, I'm sticking to 7, or you can walk the fuck away.
Yeah, they're walking.
All right. Well,
It's Nike. They got more.
see you, Wemby. Yeah. See you, Wemby.
All right, but yeah, back on back. I think LeBron with Wemby would be crazy
LeBron with Wemby.
because wherever Bronny goes, that's where LeBron's gonna be.
I think that's not happening anymore. I feel like LeBron is
LeBron
like
doesn't care.
shutting it down now. He's like, man, fuck this. Like we're the 10 seed. I'm pissed. Maybe next season, next offseason, he's gonna start saying that shit again though.
Maybe.
Now he's gotta lock it. What's he do? The zero dark 30 mode or something?
Yeah.
Or dark 23. He does that. So I mean, when LeBron in the playoffs is dangerous. So if he wins a chip, he will say, "I'm gonna play with Bronny next year."
Mhm.
But if he loses, it's back
I mean,
to
do you think they even have a chance this year?
this year. Yeah, I think they have a chance. Now that they're the 7th seed right now, right? Now that they're the 7th seed,
Check. But yeah, if you talk.
I think they probably do have a chance. I mean, actually, I think they should fall to 8, in my opinion.
They are the 8th seed, yeah.
Oh, so if they stay 8, I think they're good. I think they do have a chance.
Because they play the Thunder in the first round.
Yeah, and you're avoiding Denver until the conference finals
Yeah.
at best. That's the most important thing, which is crazy. Like, you'd rather play the first seed than the second
Yeah.
seed.
Which, in most cases, no.
No.
But the Thunder, to me, I think SJ is MVP.
Okay.
I'm still on that
Yeah.
because like first 10th seed to now first seed, like you are just clearly the best player on that team. So why not give it to him? It makes sense to me.
The storyline's there.
It
Yeah.
checks all the boxes.
But what about Chet? Chet, like, are you ignoring what Chet did to their offense and defense?
And like, are you talking about 2015? Steph Curry didn't deserve that MVP.
Uh, I mean, what do you mean?
Like he had Clay, he
Okay.
had Bogut, he had Draymond, he had Iggy, and yet there were still 67 wins.
But that year, no one just came in and like
James Harden was in contention for that one.
no, but on the Warriors, like no one just came in and like changed their team. Like I feel like it was like the same Shea, but now you like they were like what like fucking 20th in defense or something. Now they're top five in both offense and defense. I just cause I mean not just Chet, like everyone made the contribution. But like I see what you mean. Like Shea does have that
So
top
if you
two.
take SGA out, they fall to like the 6th seed.
Yeah, but
You can go
that's still great. Like that's still
from a
great.
10th seed.
But like you're in the West, like I think they're still probably top six without Shea. Like
I don't know. MVP goes
it's a
to
tough one.
if you're MVP in the West, it gotta go to like the top seed. Then there's gotta be a good reason why.
Yeah.
Like I can see why you would want to give Luca MVP.
I would give Jokic the MVP.
No, like that's a given.
Yeah.
Right? Like I completely agree with
Yeah,
that.
I mean it's 1 and 2. It's like Shea and Jokic. Like you can see either. I mean, I just disagree with you, but like you can go either way. Like I don't really care.
Mhm. But like a lot of people are saying Luca, like I can see why Luca
Yeah.
MVP because he's putting up ungodly stats.
Yeah,
But you have the only other second option in the league who's scoring over 20 points a game,
yeah, that's true.
25 points a game. So I don't know, like you take Luca out, sure, maybe they fall a bit more, but there's still you still got a top 20 player in the league, in my opinion,
And
on
Kyrie,
that roster, yeah. Whereas like you take Shea out of that lineup for OKC, they no longer have a top 20, 30 player.
low key, like this may be a hot ass take. I think I think Holmgren and JDub
JDub,
are like damn near 25.
they're not 25
I
yet.
damn
Not yet.
I think Chet is probably top 20. Like,
Chet is
yeah, I think
top.
he is.
Chet is top 35.
I think Chet's kind of
I don't
in.
know yet.
I think he's
I don't know
sneaking
yet.
in there, bro. Like, yo, he's like a fucking ungodly defensive player, and then on offense, he's like the only true stretch five. Like, damn, that's like so hard to replicate his ball skills, boss. Like, I don't know. I don't know. Like, hey, I might have to just be there for him, man. Like, he might be top 20, Chet.
And you're discounting Ja, you're discounting Şengün.
How am I discounting Jaw? I have him on my fantasy team.
Because like he's been injured, we haven't seen him. But
What am I talking? Wait, where does Jaw come into this?
we're talking about top 30. You said top 30, right?
Yeah, like top
Yeah.
30, top 20.
I
Yeah.
think you're discounting a lot of players who haven't played like a whole lot.
If I'm being like, I mean, I don't know. I do think Chet like he is
Not yet.
he's
Not
growing.
yet.
He's growing there. He's growing.
Not yet though. Not
Maybe
yet.
top 25. I would say. Like top 25.
25.
It's like
Go be out of this.
it's like Gobert. I said top 20 earlier, but I think like Gobert is in this range, 25.
I think
Like
he's
Banchero was in this
scratching
range.
35. I think he's scratching 35.
Damn, 35 is like Brandon Ingram. Like,
Yeah.
bro, he's like way better than Ingram. IMO.
Yes. In your opinion, but
In your
for
opinion.
me, I don't think he's just there yet.
Okay.
I don't think you can give the keys to Chet and he's like, I'm gonna take over. No, they're gonna drop like.
Well,
Chet-
first option, probably not. But as a player, like I gotta be there for Chad and JDub too. Like,
JDub, we can make a case for JDub.
why not Chad?
I don't know yet, man.
Chad is like fucking Jesus on one end. I don't want to see the other one, but like he's like Jesus on one end, he's like God on the other end. He's like going crazy.
We'll see. We'll see. We need to do a top like.
We have to, but he has transformed the Thunder to a top 5 offense, top 5 defense.
The defense, yes, for sure. Offense, yes, for sure. But I don't know about
So
top.
how is he not top 25 if he does that to a team?
Because there's just so many other better players.
As well, first options. Like if you see first options, like I'm taking Chad as a second option more than Jaw as a first option. I would much rather have that.
I think that's pretty crazy, but
Really?
yeah.
You rather have Jaw as your first option than Chad as your second option.
I'd rather have. Wait, so you want Ja not. Wait. What's the
I would
question?
rather have like Chet be my second best player than have a team that has Jaw as my first best player.
I think just because Ja's skill set is just so unique.
How is it unique? We've seen it like 10 times, man. Like athletic point guard that can dunk the ball. Westbrook and John Wall have already done that. Both of those guys have not been successful.
But but they didn't have the right like pieces around him.
Is Durant not a good piece around him?
Durant himself is not enough.
I mean, they made the conference finals.
but they didn't make it to like the minute
They
Harden
did make the
left, they
finals.
couldn't make the finals afterwards.
It was so it was Harden. It was the difference. They were 2016. Let's be honest. They should have made the finals.
They shouldn't.
They should have made the finals. Three up
They
three
were
one.
really close to
They
it.
should have done it.
They should have done it.
But
Yeah.
at the highest stakes, that athletic point guard that can not really shoot is a liability for you.
But they didn't have any other shooters on that team. Your next other like you had Serge Ibaka,
You look at I can't recount the names, man. You look at I can't. There's probably was shooters though.
KD, Dion Waiters.
Okay,
That's it.
Pretty solid.
You need like in this NBA, you need more shooters.
In this NBA, yes. In that NBA,
So if we're looking at the Memphis Grizzlies now,
okay.
you have Ja, fine, athletic point guard.
Yeah.
Not the best shooter. You have
You have Bane.
Bane, yes.
Yeah.
You still have
You have Jaren Jackson.
yes.
And then
That's a stretch five right there. That's what
okay, that
Thunder's
is
missing.
that is a stretch five.
Okay.
Probably a stretch four at this point, but he's a stretch five. You can say that.
I mean, you can say Smart's not even a terrible shooter anymore.
Smart's horrible. Smart's horrible.
In Boston, he was still pretty good.
He's horrible.
He was good in Boston.
He is a shot breaker, bro. You did not watch him in the clutch, but anyways, okay. Let's say Marcus Smart.
Let's say Smart. Who didn't Clark come back?
Who?
Clark.
Clark is not a shooter.
He knocked down a few of those.
Clark's jump shot.
That was my old jump shot.
Okay, like Clark's not a shooter. You can't say that. There's no one else on that
You
team.
thought Watanabe? I mean, like.
I'll be with you there. Like in some minutes, I will be there to watch. But like, it's like, yo, that team is just not. I mean, maybe if they surrounded him, sure, But what makes that team a real top 3 seed that they were before? Yes, it's Ja. Yes, it's Bane. But I think Jaren Jackson did provide so much for them too. I think having that stretch five, that's like a two-way force, is important. That's why Jaren Jackson.
Well, John Wall didn't have that.
Yeah, he didn't
Derrick
have.
Rose didn't have that.
Yeah.
Russell Westbrook didn't have that.
See how hard is it to have a good team with a player like that?
But now you do have it with.
You have one guy that has.
But
it.
you can make the argument that those three, two of them won MVP, proving they were the top.
Wait, who? John Wall?
John Wall didn't.
Oh no, yeah,
us
Westbrook.
and
Yeah.
Rose.
Okay.
Both won MVP.
Yeah.
Proving they were a top, more than a top 25.
Right. Yeah.
In the league.
So you think that Ja can get to that
Yes.
level?
Yes.
Okay.
Definitely.
Okay.
But
Okay.
I don't think Chet is.
At this moment, right now,
No.
bro, Chet is. Listen, without Jaren Jackson, this Memphis team is dropping down the ladder, bro. They're dropping down, and this team without Chet, we seen it last year. So I don't know. For me, I guess I value being such a great second option a lot more than being like a not mediocre, but like a good first option.
Well, yeah, that's fair because if your first option isn't producing, you want a really good second option.
Yeah.
And and for the record, I'm not a Thunder hater. I think SG.
Well, yeah, you're not.
I'm not a Thunder hater. I just don't think Chet's there yet.
Okay.
Whereas you're already way ahead of like league.
I guess I'm just too high on these players that are coming up.
That's okay.
That is okay.
That's
okay.
okay.
That is
Because
okay.
we want to see entertainment.
But top 35? I don't know about
He's-
top 35.
He's around there.
I don't think that he's coming into this. I think he's already in. I think he's already in this echelon where he is a star. I think so.
We'll do an episode soon, but
Yeah. We'll see the playoffs. We'll see how it goes through. But man, like, it's hard. These new players that are coming up and out are
they're
tough to hit.
amazing instantly. Like
Yeah.
that's the problem. Like back in when we started watching the league, it was just like these players took
Years to develop. Like De'Aaron Fox, like he's someone that took years to develop, and now he's at the point where he's an all-star.
Like remember the times when Derrick Rose was instantly the best player?
Yeah.
Like that was unheard of. Like,
Uh-huh.
how can you be 2 years removed out of the draft and suddenly you're the MVP? Like that was crazy to me.
Hmm.
And now these guys are doing it after the rookie year. Like what the fuck, bro?
Yeah, but not even that. It's like I think this draft is so different. But like even drafts prior, like Ingram took years to develop into this guy. Randall took years to develop into this guy. Like Jabari Walker didn't even get a chance to develop, but I think he could have.
He could have if it weren't for the injuries.
Yeah, like a lot of these top picks, like they take years, but like seeing Chet and Wemby is just that's what makes it so different. Like these guys became great instantly. This year they became great, so it's hard to grade them. That makes sense.
Yeah, it's we got a little heated there.
Yeah, that was great though.
That was good though. That was good though. But anything else?
Hmm. Anything really important going on? I mean, we're all just focused on the playoffs. I feel like that's like the main thing that we're looking
Let's
at.
talk about the playoffs real quick.
Okay.
Who do we think of all the matchups is making it to the next round? So like we'll end up the podcast with just talking about like
All right.
unofficial, like no even analysis,
No analysis thing.
just going straight up like with your gut.
That's what I'm here for.
Yeah. So we'll start with the East because we want to save the better conference for last.
Okay. Okay.
So for the 9-10 seed, who are we going with? Chicago, Atlanta.
I'll go with Atlanta.
I'll go Chicago, but just because like DeRozan's my boy.
That's fair enough. Yeah. I think Trey is still that superstar guy.
Yeah, and we've seen it before, conference
Yeah,
finals.
we've seen it before. Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, and we've seen the Bulls like they probably should have made the playoffs last year.
No.
So no, like they were in the plan, but like the game that they lost, like they could have really won that against Miami.
It was close.
It was really close. So they do have that next tier, the next gear that they can
Yeah.
get to.
Sixers, Miami. Well, this one's gonna be tough. I can't.
It's gonna be heated, really heated, because you want to win that game to get the seventh seed.
Yeah.
So, wow. I mean, these two teams are well coached too. Like usually, that coaching would be a big factor. But I mean, what do you think?
All right. The better player is on the Sixers, but the best playoff player is on the Heat. And I just think that like I know these two are like really good friends too, so that game is gonna be crazy good to see because they're just out here to compete against each other.
Hmm.
But at the end of the day, the team that's still better is the Heat,
Yeah.
in my opinion. Embiid is still coming out from injury. He's still trying to get. He's not gonna be good instantly. And Embiid has had a history of struggling in the playoffs, especially against Marc Gasol. Like your white centers, like
They kill him.
they lock him down.
They kill him.
Yeah, I think the Sixers will take it, but at the end, the Heat will still come in as the 8th seed
Okay.
against whoever Chicago or Atlanta they face. I think that's how.
I think Miami's probably gonna take
You
it.
think Miami will take it?
Yeah, I think Miami makes that much of a difference for me.
And what about the 8th seed?
The 8 seed against it, so it'd be Miami for me. I mean it's Miami.
So
I think
Miami
it's
takes
Miami.
7th seed.
Yeah, and then Philly is Philly.
Philly.
Yeah.
So I guess we have like very.
No matter what, it's Miami Philly. So like we don't have to talk about that 8-9 game
Yeah.
at that point. Like we already know who's
We
winning
know
that.
what's up.
Yeah.
All right, so 1-8 would be in my case Boston, Miami. In your case is Boston.
Philly.
I think the safe answer
It's
and
definitely Boston.
Yeah, I think they're coming out on top. If it's 2-7, so Knicks, 76ers or Knicks Heat.
This is tough.
I think it comes down to two different answers now. Because if it's the Heat, if it's 76ers and Knicks, it's the Knicks. But if it's 76ers Heat, it might be the Heat.
Wow. I mean, these teams are. I mean, the Knicks are the hardest team to really read.
Randall's out.
Randall's out, but them with Brunson, like, wow, Brunson has been on an absolute tear.
And we've seen he can keep up this level
Yeah.
into the playoffs.
He's a playoff performer.
Yeah.
Like a bona fide
So
performer.
was Jimmy.
Yeah.
Whereas Philly, I don't think they have that.
Yeah, I don't think
Just
so.
yeah. So it just got right.
This guy parked outside, like looking through these blinds. I think the Knicks probably take it. As hard as it to say it, I think the Knicks will probably take it.
I can agree on that.
Like for me, I think Brunson is probably a better. As crazy as it is, I think he's a better playoff performer than Butler. I think so. I mean,
Even though Butler's made two finals.
yeah, I mean, the last 2 years, like Brunson has showed that he can carry a team
Yeah.
in the last like
Whereas
5
Jimmy can
minutes.
fall behind and then everyone just falls apart as well.
Yeah, like I mean, he's able to cope with the foul baiting, but Brunson just like he's automatic and he's impossible to cover.
But it's fair because the NBA has been tracking down on the foul baiting.
Yeah,
after
it has.
All-Star break.
They really have, yeah. So it's tough. I mean, what's in your case? What would you say?
I want to lead towards Heat just because like never doubt Jimmy,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't like. I know Brunson's been crazy. He's been popping off, so I think I'll take New York on this one.
It's hard to bet against
I
him.
think I'm gonna say New York on this one.
That's
And bro,
the crazy thing.
OG's there.
Oh yeah, OG's there. Forgot about that guy, bro. He's still there. Yeah.
3-6 Milwaukee, Indiana. We've talked about this.
Yeah.
I still think Milwaukee's coming out on this one.
Definitely the safer answer. Definitely the more common answer.
Yeah.
But I do think the Bucks are just leading towards absolute Armageddon. They are falling apart so hard, and I think that It's gonna carry into the playoffs, and yeah, I probably have to take the Pacers on that
Pacers?
just because of that.
Okay, okay. And Cavs Orlando. I think this one it's gonna be like the least watched matchup.
Yeah, for sure. So
But
stud teams.
it's gonna be such a good matchup in my opinion.
I'm so excited to see Bankero in the playoffs. I love
'Cause
Bankero.
we haven't seen him yet.
Exactly, and he's like a what second year, I think,
Second year, yeah.
and he's already led his team to the playoffs. Like this is his chance to show, like, okay, let's see if I can get my reps in. Let's see if I can hang with playoff teams.
I think the Magic will take this one.
Really?
I don't think Cleveland has what it takes anymore. Like I think the last 2 years I've been super high on the Cavs to make it far into the playoffs.
No, you haven't. You had the Cavs like missing the playoffs this year.
Yeah, I did because they were so shit the last 2 years.
What? Yeah, how you say you're high on them then?
I was high on them the last 2 years.
The last 2 years.
Yeah, last 2 years.
Oh, wow.
Because they faced New York in both rounds and they got destroyed in
Maybe that's just their kryptonite.
New York.
Yeah, maybe that's the only
Ping
team.
pong.
Yo, maybe, bro. Like, who knows? Maybe like the lights are too bright for real.
Jared Allen. No.
Yeah, yeah.
I think Orlando will take the Cleveland match.
I like that prediction.
Yeah, I don't know if you'll.
Wait, why is that though?
I just don't. Okay, ever since
I like how we said quick fire, no analysis, and I'm asking you like
No,
for
no.
analysis.
ever since fuck, what's his name again? Donovan's co-partner.
Oh, Garland,
Ever since Garland came back, he's been
booty.
yeah. And you can't have a co-star, a secondary option who can't play.
It's booty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And whereas like the Magic just works so cohesively as a unit. So I just think that, strength in numbers type of thing. I just think that if Bankero's not producing, look to your right. Suggs is going to be there. Look to your left. Wagner's going to be there. It just works out. Whereas who are you going to stand to? Like Jared Allen, he can't shoot for shit.
Well, look, Joe Allen has been really good this year. I will say that.
Well, I did have him as an all-star snub.
Oh, you did? Oh,
And
yeah.
then, yeah.
But if you pass on to Mobley, I mean, GG. I mean, what's he gonna do? Like, you're fucked. So I mean, I can definitely see the case for Orlando. Like for me, it's like really tight.
They're one game apart.
Wow. You just like saying that about Orlando, I think, man, I have to take that into account.
And remember, the reason why
Wow.
Cleveland is still higher is because Mitchell was able to pull them all the way up.
True.
And they've been suffering ever since.
I feel like ever since they lost Garland and Mobley, they were really good. Because all these guys, Dean Wade's coming off. I forgot the other guy that's just banging threes. He's a white guy. I forgot.
Sam Merrill? Sam Decker?
No, not that. Sam Merrill. Yeah, Sam Merrill. Yeah. Like once they can play those guys alongside Mitchell, it's like, wow, this team looks really well.
It just worked through Mitchell.
Yeah, like you have shooters around them that just bomb threes, and Mitchell's able to just have so much more space. But now with Garland back, who takes the possession, Mobley's kind of like, I'll be honest, man, this guy is like a cone on offense.
Okay, yeah.
So
Like
it's tough.
defensively, amazing.
Yeah, great.
Amazing. Like he is your anchor. But
Yeah.
offensively, just please don't give him the ball. Like
Yeah.
there's a reason why Vanderbilt can't play for the Lakers right now.
Uh-huh.
Because he's just not a non-factor.
Yeah, he can't really provide anything.
Yeah.
So
This
it's tough, but yeah, I'm. It's have to go. Orlando.
Magic.
I'll do it because Bankero is my boy.
just works out. I just think it works out so much better.
Yeah, their team is like a well-oiled machine.
Yeah. So right now we have Boston, New York, Milwaukee for me, Indiana for you, and Orlando.
Great.
So Boston, New
Oh,
York.
we're going past the first round.
Yeah, we're going past the first.
We're going all the way?
Let's go all the way.
Okay.
We have a few more minutes.
Okay.
Boston, New York.
Boston, I mean.
Boston, yeah. And then Milwaukee or Indiana versus Orlando.
Man, this is a shitty second round series, bro. One of these teams is making the conference finals. Indiana or who's it? New York, Milwaukee? No, or Indiana for me. Or Indiana or New York.
Yeah. Oh, not New York. Sorry, Indiana or
Orlando.
Yeah. I think for you,
I think Indiana. I'll say Indiana.
That's crazy. All right.
I mean, they
No
just have the
analysis,
talent.
but straight up saying.
We just had like, okay, yeah, you're right. We just had like mad analysis going on. Like, okay, yeah.
So Indiana for you.
Indiana for me.
I think that's still pretty crazy, but I'll respect it.
If Tyrese can play like Tyrese in the start, he was the MVP first half of the season.
Yeah, he was.
So you never know.
I think Orlando.
You think Orlando's
I think
getting?
Orlando.
Wow, that's a sorry ass bottom, man. Holy crap, we had to choose between Indiana and Orlando, bro.
Two teams that even made the playoffs last year.
The East in a nutshell, right there.
And then Boston's
Yeah,
coming out.
Boston's coming out, bro.
And West, Pelicans, Lakers.
Man, as crazy as to say, I think Pelicans are taking it.
No, I agree with
Wow,
you on this
okay.
one. Yeah. Kings or Warriors.
Actually, no, I'm going back on it. The Lakers are taking
Yes,
it.
Lakers
LeBron
take-
and AD just aren't. If it was any other team than LA, I'll take the Pelicans.
Okay.
But it's LA, and like LeBron just turns it up, so I have to.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. I just think that like I don't know, the Pelicans have been sneakily good this year.
And so much depth, so much options they
Yeah.
can go to. Like
It's-
Trey Murphy, he is like the best like bench player ever, bro. He's like fucking comes in, bombs 10
Isn't he
threes.
like the fan favorite in
There?
New Orleans? Yeah.
It's probably Herb Jones, but he's like probably.
Oh yeah, it heard the go.
Yeah, Herb Jones is like the goat there.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Sacramento Warriors.
I want to say Sacramento because I just don't like the Warriors.
I think Sacramento. I said this earlier in the pod, but I think Sacramento will take it.
People are
Warriors are
rating
just-
Sabonis.
I think Warriors are just too dysfunctional right now.
You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're just lucky that Steph Curry's there.
Yeah. And if the come bucket plays, they have a chance. If the come bucket does not play, then they don't have a
They,
chance.
they don't have a chance.
Yeah.
And then for me, it'd be Lakers, Kings, and I gotta take the Lakers. I just think they're just way more aura.
I thought you
know?
took the Pelicans.
Oh, Pelicans have the 7th seed.
I thought you said Lakers Pelicans. Oh, you're talking
Yeah,
playing.
It's playing, yeah. So it'd be Lakers take the 8th seed still.
Yeah. Lakers, whoever they play, yeah. The Lakers, they just step it up.
Yeah. I mean, lights are brightest there all the time. So
Exactly. Yeah. Every game is a bright lights game.
yeah. And then what's your 8th seed? Like if it's Sacramento.
Sacramento, yeah.
So Sacramento takes their 8th seed.
Yeah.
Okay, Pelicans are out.
Oh, wait, what? Oh, it's Pelicans, Sacramento?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, New Orleans. Give me that.
It's okay.
Yeah, I completely misunderstood the question.
All right. OKC versus, in your case, New Orleans. That's a crazy
OKC.
matchup.
OKC.
OKC as
Because I just hyped up Chet and Jalen Williams for fucking 20 minutes, so I can't just say, oh, New Orleans.
Because I'm out here thinking OKC, even though it's a Lakers matchup.
Yeah.
I know AD is probably like the biggest killer since they don't have any other bigs on the Thunder.
Yeah.
I think OKC is just
Really?
Just
You're
way
taking
better.
OKC
Yeah.
better than LA. Wow.
Yeah.
Bro.
like they don't care if the lights are bright. They got Texas.
Texas.
They got Texas. You say ain't Texas?
Oh my god.
Denver and the Lakers for you. Denver and Denver for New Orleans. Yeah, Denver's taking it.
Yeah.
T-Wolves, Phoenix.
This is so confusing. Okay, T-Wolves, Phoenix. T-Wolves.
T-Wolves.
No one asks.
I think T-Wolves too. Yeah,
Nice.
but like if they don't, yeah, Cat's out.
Yeah, Cat's probably gone. He's probably gone.
Clippers, Mavs.
This is so fucking crazy. This is crazy.
This is gonna be a fun
series.
matchup.
It is, because Luka's absolutely insane.
And the Clippers have a tendency to in
A little bit.
yeah.
Maybe a little bit. Man, I feel bad. But I might have to take the Mavs. They just look so much better now.
They do look so much better because Daniel Gafford might be him, bro.
Yo, yeah, he's looking crazy so far. Them like the pick and roll threat and being like an actual like a real rim protector for them now. Like it's great to have.
I'm with the Mavs too.
Yeah.
I just think they'll choke. The Clippers are gonna.
I mean, you have Harden as your starting point guard. Like it's already tough. Like
Yeah.
you already kind of lost there.
Yeah.
But I'm not a hater, a Harden hater, but like it's just tough when you have Harden as playing.
It's
minutes.
hard to work out.
Yeah.
And then moving on to the second round, so OKC and Phoenix. No, OKC and T-Wolves.
OKC and T-Wolves.
OKC should.
OKC should take it,
should
yeah.
good. And then Denver and Dallas.
Crazy game. The crazy matchup. But I'll still take Denver.
Denver, yeah, fair.
I feel like I'm just being like a fucking corporate shell, just saying Denver, Boston, but like, damn, bro.
OKC,
tough.
Denver.
Denver. What am I supposed to say, man?
Yeah,
Like,
I know.
what would I sound like saying no to Denver after they just won the chip?
All right, so between we know Boston, Denver is going to be our final.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm on Boston's side.
You're on Boston side?
I hate Boston, but I think they're going to win.
You think you're gonna win? I will also say Denver because Jokic is like the GOAT.
And you're programmed to say Denver.
And I am programmed. I am paid by Denver to say it. So I will say Denver. So
Not sponsored.
Not sponsored. I'm wearing a black shirt with nothing on it. So yeah, I'm not sponsored.
And those are everything we got to talk about today.
You're gonna end it off. Go ahead.
No, you
It's
go.
all you.
That's all we got.
And that's all we got for today's episode of Quarter Kings. We'll see you guys in another 2 weeks. See ya.